Today, Town Talk brings Kingston's town planner, Thomas Bott, to the set with us. Welcome, Thomas Bott.
Thank you. Thanks for having me back.
Thank you for coming on such short notice. That was really appreciated. You are the town planner, which means you do everything to do with planning where things go in the town, clearly. There's two things we want to talk about today. One is 40R and one is zoning changes, zoning bylaw changes.
Yes,
so talk to me, what is 40R and why is it applicable right now?
Right. Well, as you know, we are in the midst of town meeting.
Yes.
And these are a couple of articles that are on the floor for town meeting. 40R is a provision of Massachusetts general law that allows for affordable housing developments with more carrots than sticks.
Okay.
40B is sort of a stick. We're going to pummel you with 40B.
Okay.
40R is an option the town can opt into.
Okay.
It's similar provisions as far as the rate of affordability and things like that. In this case, the town would opt into it.
Okay.
Under 40R, there are incentives for the town.
Okay. Now, the 40R that we're talking about, the space that we're talking about is where?
Is the MBTA station.
Okay. Now, the MBTA station in Kingston has a huge parking lot, which is not being utilized?
There's an 1,100 car parking lot.
Wow.
We've been talking with the T about this for about a year or so now.
Yep.
And they would like to take this parking lot and develop on top of it. Not they would do an RFP. They would spin it out to a developer. The developers bid on that. And those developers would come to the town to try to get something built under the bylaw, the current bylaw, which has about a 17-page application process or design standards. Buildings have to be LEED certifiable.
Right.
So under 40R, and the town already has a 40R on the property next door. 100 acres of the Mary O'Donnell property that now has 3 wind turbines on it. So about 60 acres of that is sort of not usable for development.
Okay.
They may squeeze a couple units in there. So this is to extend the 40R development onto the T's property. We would net no additional units than the 720 already presumed to be in the 40R district. In fact, at this point, it looks like the number would be more around 550 or so total for both sides of the tracks.
Okay. And this space, this land, which is in the T parking lot, will be developed into mixed use?
Yes, they've got about 16 acres. You pull about an acre out for roads and drainage and things like that.
That's a big chunk of
So 15
property.
acres over the parking lot. The developer is going to have to maintain 700 parking spaces for the T's use, plus provide the parking for their development.
Sure, whatever that may be.
In addition to that, they're also going to have to provide water and sewer and proper access for commuters. So there's a lot for this developer to do. Under 40R, we received a $600,000 incentive payment when we approved 40R back in 2007. And
From who? From the state?
From the state.
Okay.
This is part of the provision. These are the carrots in 40R.
Okay.
So you get $600,000 for adopting the zoning, and you have 3 years to build something.
Okay.
In 2007. State would like their money back because we didn't get.
We didn't build anything.
It didn't happen.
Yeah. So they get their money back?
Yes, they would like their money back because they gave us the money to develop something, and we haven't.
Can we push that forward and use it for this?
Well, this is the discussion I've been having with the folks at DHCD, which are one of the partners we have in creating this kind of zoning.
Okay.
It is there's a lot of levers with working with the state, working with the developer, working with the town on 40R. So for every 40R unit that we put on the site, the state also provides an incentive of $3,000 per unit.
Oh, that's great.
So at this, on the MBTA side of things, we're looking at 15 acres. 40R typically has a density, a maximum density, about 20 units per acre. So we may see 300 units of housing on the T site. And once again...
And if I was a commuter, a young person that is a single person, or maybe I have a roommate and I have to commute into Boston every day, what a perfect place to live.
And it may work out very well for you and your roommate because these are mostly 1 and 2 bedroom units.
Right. You can't have
When you look at trying to put those number of units on this site on 15 acres, they're not going to be 3 bedroom units.
Right.
In fact, previously when we did the fiscal analysis for the 40R for 720 units in 2007, those looked to be revenue positive, and those included a number of 3 bedroom units where the single family houses where the wind turbines are at now.
Right.
So we don't anticipate, we expect seeing less 3 bedroom units, more 1s and 2s, but we don't know until the zoning is changed, the MBTA does an RFP, and a developer has to come in and comply with the zoning bylaw.
So this is all, hopefully we'll have this going forward.
This is the first step in moving on some sort of development on the T side of things.
Which would be great.
Interesting enough, in 1998, when I came up here from Atlanta, because we say Atlanta,
yeah,
up here, I talked to the T about every transit agency in America is putting development on their property.
Right.
And we have a surface parking lot there.
Right.
So here we are 19 years later, and I'm glad to see the T's finally realized, you know, this is something people do.
Yeah, it's a smart move. Now we have about a minute left. Zoning changes, zoning bylaw changes for the town. Can you just tell what you're doing with that and why?
Yeah, as a product of the master plan, which we've been doing over the last year and a half or so, one of those was to promote economic development by creating more modern zoning bylaw and more
Okay.
subdivision regulations. This was overwhelmingly looked at by the 533 people who responded to the master plan survey and said, we'd like to see this happen.
Okay.
Our zoning, 1992, is same or contemporaries with Win 3.1 in Wayne's World.
Okay, it's very old.
Both stellar,
Archaic.
both stellar in their
Yeah,
day.
yeah,
but
but-
maybe
yeah.
a tad rusty around the
Right.
edges. So this would look at taking a complete rewrite of our zoning bylaws.
Okay.
And looking at all those various components of the zoning.
And you're going to get that done.
Town
you're the
meeting-
master planner.
Town meeting resumes Wednesday night. Will be June 4th if necessary
Okay.
as well.
Try to get it
To
done.
move through these and a lot of other things. So if you're watching at home, come to town meeting.
All right. Thank you, Thomas Bott.
Thanks, Julie.
We'll have
Thanks
you
for
again.
having me. All right.